How did it actually feel in the moment to be burned?
Because I have 3rd-degree full thickness burns everywhere.
How long were you on fire for? She is the flame goddess, the fire bender, the heated supreme. Here in the Honey House Entertainment Production Studio, Life in Many Colors welcomes back folks to part 2 of the KRISPY Ginger speaking about her experience as a burn survivor. If you want to hear her whole story, go to part 1 on our channel. We're going to go get into some intense and interesting questions right now. Let's go.
Let's get it.
All right, Lane, your flamethrower story just reached 1 million views today. There's been a lot of confusion surrounding this flamethrower dude. What are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about your flamethrower story? How many years ago was this? How old do you think the guy was? Were you on a date with him?
Definitely not on a date. Let's get that one clear. Not on a date with this random stranger. I don't know where date came in at any point, but not on a date. I was packing up my paddleboard after paddleboarding at the lake, and this random stranger approached me who was like 85, 90. I mean, very old couple. And yeah, the misconception of, you know, an old person can't exist is wild, but they are out there. And he was there, and this was like 12 years ago. So, you know.
Did he say which war he was in? Or
he did not tell me which war. I believe if I had met him to go to the bar to talk with him, like he had asked, I'm sure he would have told me all about it, but I was not interested in hearing any more of his stories.
Yeah, so we're thinking it's probably Vietnam, right? I'm assuming.
I mean, yeah, I would assume so, since flamethrowers are kind of not a thing after that, I believe.
They were a thing. I was reading up on it because people are not the smartest on the internet, and they all had Google and ChatGPT, and none of them used it and wanted to assume that you were lying or the other dude was lying about the story. And I looked it up. Flamethrowers were used till 1975, around then, and then they were discontinued in the military, but they're still being used sometimes, like throughout, and probably not reported areas and stuff like that. So
yeah. So a very real human. This was 12 years ago. I am in my 30s, so like this was, you know, a time in my life. Not like this was yesterday. This guy's probably dead now, let's be real.
R.I.P.
So yeah, R.I.P. But
you told me you met another burn survivor connected to the Pentagon. We were kind of talking about that.
Yeah, it was during the 9/11 attacks. He worked in the Pentagon, and he said that the plane came through and actually like crashed right in through his office. But at that moment when it came through, he had gotten up to go to the bathroom and ended up going to a bathroom like further down the hall. For whatever reason that day, he decided to go to a different bathroom, and gonna assume probably saved his life going to a different bathroom. But he got burned really bad as well as part of that.
How long ago was that?
It was a few years after 9/11.
Okay.
I want to say it was at some type of like World Burn Congress, or like one of those big conventions where like a bunch of burn survivors meet and stuff. So, but I got to hear his story and talked to him and gave him a hug, and he gave me a coin. So kind of cool. I still have it at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're just kind of firing away on some questions. You've mentioned this idea of replacing your skin with skin grafting with more melanated skin on your butt. So explain this story that you were telling me the other day.
Yeah, I used to play pranks on people just because, you know, it's fun. You gotta have fun with the burns. So I would tell people that I have a black ass, and naturally, they would ask how, and I would tell them when I was in the hospital, I had to have donors, cadavers, and also pigskin put on my body, which they don't know that eventually falls off. That doesn't stay on my body forever, but it's fun to run with the joke. So I would tell people that I have a black ass, and sometimes I would even Sharpie a little bit of it, just to give them a little preview, you know, just to make them really think it's real, just to sell it. So it's entertaining for me. It would get a good laugh.
That's crazy. I would never think to do that.
You gotta have fun with it.
You have to. That's awesome.
But that is in fact not possible, though.
No, you can't. You can't just get someone else's skin and put it on your own.
It does not work that way. I can only use my own for permanent. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a placeholder to basically stop infection or help prevent infection until you can cover it with your own skin, and then also to just prime that area to get ready to grow skin when you put your own skin over it. Prime it up.
How would they take the skin on and off, the temporary skin that they were using?
The temporary skin, I would have to go in for debridement, and that is the worst thing in the whole entire world. I think that's by far the worst hospital pain experience to this day that I've felt. Essentially, they would dose me up with ketamine, so I'd be very out of it, and they would put me in like a sauna bath with like hot water and stuff to get it soaked up, and then they would take a wire brush and scrub off all of that dead skin. Insanely painful, even though I was amped up on ketamine. Well, most of the time I was so screwed up on ketamine, every time I would sit on the shelf in the corner of the room, like an out of body experience. I would just float up and sit up there and then just watch them do it to me. And it was wild, you know, I felt like I could feel some of it, but not it. And super weird experience, but it got to the point where I ended up begging them to not give it to me anymore because I hated the way that the ketamine made me feel. And as a 6-year-old going through getting your literal skin scrubbed off with a wire brush, like grown men beg and like scream and cry
like
for pain
metal,
meds.
like hard,
like a wire scrubber that you would use like in dishes, basically. Yeah. And I actually had some x-rays for this past surgery on my hands, and there's still little chunks of wire you can see on the x-ray, like little wires in there.
It tore off in your skin?
Mm-hmm. There's like little chunks left in there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I ended up like begging them to not give me ketamine, so they didn't. They're like, all right, buckle up, you know, here's some ibuprofen. And I never had ketamine after that, and I had to do it many occasions.
How did it feel? Was it like a burning sensation?
Yeah, it's horrible. Putting like open wound in hot water, first of all, is horrible pain. So it's like my whole body was one open wound, and then just scrubbing that off. So my pain resilience to this day is like through the actual roof. It's crazy. I've never to this day felt anything that hurts as bad as that does. So I feel like I kind of take a lot more pain because I'm like, yeah, it's not as bad as that. It'll never be as bad as that was. So it's fine.
Not even childbirth, I would assume would be.
Yeah, I don't know on that one.
Close.
Yeah, we'll never know on
that. Can you have children after your burns?
The doctors say that I can have children. My torso is completely burned. They say that the growing of a child is going to be slow enough that the scars should grow or like stretch out with it. I, in my opinion, do not think that it's going to be comfortable whatsoever. I think there will be complication or could be complications. I mean, I eat a full meal and it hurts because it can't expand. Like, I can't imagine having a kid. Like, you know, I don't think it would be fun for me. I think it'd be insanely painful, but they say it's possible. But I just, not the vibe. I would honestly like rather adopt before I even tried to do that, I think. Because I just can't imagine it would be fun. All of me being burned and then that pain
stretching out gradually, just like, ooh, every day would probably feel like just so tight. And
yeah. And I already feel horribly tight and can't move. So
yeah,
adding that to it is just like, doesn't seem realistic in my mind. But I mean, everything inside and all that should be like properly working is what they say. So I don't know.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So not children yet, but you've had some other wild stuff literally come out of your body.
I like that segue. That was good.
What came out? What was some strange stuff?
I've had stitches come out like 3 years later. And just like, it's so gross. It just turned into a pimple. And then like it would pop and like a little bit would come out. And then it ended up being like weeks of me trying to like pull it out. It wouldn't come out, like yanking as hard as I can. And then like a week later, you know, I'd like soak it in the shower and just like keep trying. And it finally came out and it ended up being like that long a stitch.
No.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my God.
I've had staples left in after surgeries. Like I go for my last visit, they take out all the staples, or supposedly take out all the staples. They left one in like right behind my kneecap in like the tendon area, and I couldn't really see it because it got bent somehow, or like 5 or 6 different times. There's like multiple right angles in this staple, and you could just see like a little bit of it sticking out. And I just kept feeling, I was like, man, something doesn't feel right. Like I'm trying to walk, something's pinching so bad back here. And I have some medical people in my family, so they decided to take a look themselves. And it took us a while. It took us a couple shots of tequila, a couple of injections for pain, and then just digging at it for a long time. And she finally got it out. I hung it on my fridge for like weeks.
The memento of your pain and
yeah, that one hurt because like every time she would like twist to try to get it out, I could feel it like sending nerve pain like shocking through my leg. Just like imagine a staple in the back of your tendons. Ugh.
I'd like not to.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
What's
this wailing wall?
The wailing wall, apparently that is where people go to pray like very intensely for things. That's what I've been told. But the wailing wall is in Jerusalem, and my mom told me that a friend of a friend through our church while I was in the hospital went to Jerusalem to go to the wailing wall to pray for me. Which is pretty cool. Quite a ways away to go, you know.
Recently?
No, this was while I was in the hospital fighting for my life, potentially going to die still.
Wow.
Yes.
Prayers work, man.
Yeah.
They work.
Prayers up.
Oh, yeah. That's so beautiful. So how much does the recovery of 95% of your body being burned cost? How much has it cost to this day in terms of surgeries, treatments, aftercare, skin grafting? Do you have a number or a ballpark?
So I was just talking to my mom about this, and luckily for them, there's a thing back then it's called Special Children's, and they essentially took care of everything. My parents said that they would pay them like $100 a month. They also had like their own insurance, but they like took them on, pay them $100 a month. And they took care of everything. Like they didn't even see hospital bills. They never got them. So like, couldn't really tell you how much. My like last surgery I had really good health insurance. I knew I was going in for surgery, so I paid for like the best of the best. Luckily my job at that time matched half of it as well. So like I got the primo package and they took care of everything. So that was really nice.
Good.
I've had some prior, and it was like 6-hour-long surgeries for like the first one, and it would be like 15 grand usually. I mean, it like varies, but I also like got those ones covered too. So I always plan it where I have like really good health insurance to take it. But I mean, I definitely have to go through a lot of paperwork and a million phone calls, and it's a real pain, but I'm happy at least that it is paid for, or gets paid for as of now. I can't imagine, like could never have a surgery if I had to pay for it. There's no way. For how long they are and all of the product and stuff that goes in it is unreal. So
it's what is this program called? Special Children? Or...
Yeah, Special Children's is what my mom said it was called. I don't know if they still exist anymore. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but I hope so for other people.
I hope so too, especially in this climate.
I was just gonna say probably not anymore in Trump's America. Let's be real, there's probably no such thing as that, but who knows.
Wow. So day to day, what kind of chronic pain are you living with now?
Most of my chronic pain is just so like on my right side and my ribs. This is the side that the fire started on, so it's just a little bit tighter. I think everything's just kind of crunched like that. It's where it's pinching my ribs and all the nerves in between my ribs. The last surgery I had helped a lot to relieve that. It was a skin graft across this area, which gave me about that much space, more breathing, which is nice. It helped a lot of my pain that was like up between my shoulders, but for the longest time I had to go to like physical therapy to stretch my rib cage out. They would pull it and she would just be pulling on my ribs, trying to just give me more space so I could breathe like a little bit more. Like anything would help. Doing like a lot of cupping and massage therapy as well to try to just loosen it up. The fascia is just so tight and it's just so stuck to everything. This whole right side of my back literally feels like cement, and it doesn't matter how much massaging I get, like the amount of pressure someone puts in is never enough. Like you could just bash right through it and it still feels like cement. I could get a massage every single day and it still feel like cement. It just never really stops. So yeah, I mean, it's there all the time, every day. I mean, even just like on the drive here, there's like nerve pain happening. It just is random. It'll feel like just like a hot iron, or I can feel it kind of like spider webbing out of just like the nerves kind of like pulsating. Sometimes it feels like somebody's just like tapping me on the shoulder, which is really creepy when I'm home alone. Scares the shit out of me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna blame that one on nerve pain, and hopefully I'm not getting haunted. But yeah, I can't really say that you can get used to it. That's not really quite a thing, but there's better days than others. I try to work out a lot and like stretch a lot, foam roll, use a lacrosse ball in my back. Just anything that I can try to massage it with is the best I can do.
What kind of body work helps the most release that pain, that nerve pain, that scar tissue pain?
I'd say cupping is probably like the most beneficial thing for me. Because my body is so tight, everything is being so packed all the time. So when you put the cups on, it's finally for the first time relieving that pressure that is constantly being put on my ribs. So I like doing like the gliding with the cupping, just raking it up and down my ribs at the highest pressure that I can. Most people hate it, but it feels magical to me to finally get relief and finally like take that pressure to get it off of the nerves. And it doesn't take it away completely, but it just feels like I can breathe a little bit more. It's like just a little bit more, and I'll take a little bit. Whatever I can get is helpful. It feels good. So
How deep is the scar tissue?
I mean, in different spots, it's deeper than others. I mean, like this right side of my leg is so deep with the scar tissue that I physically cannot feel a single thing. Like I used to stab it with a pen back in the day just for fun, just to see. Can't feel a single thing in there. So like even pressure, I can't really even feel on this. Everywhere else, I can kind of feel like pressure or a little bit of something. So like those deeper areas, like my back is like that too. It's just so thick with scar tissue that like even when you're cupping, sometimes the cups are doing that suction so much that it'll bring blood flow and color to it. There's times where it's not like half of it is bringing color and the other half is just so thick with scar tissue that there's no color even coming through whatsoever.
So it's like it'll be white in one spot and like purple on the skin the other spot.
Yeah. Because there's just no blood flow like getting there. It's wild.
Yeah. By the way, we are having a part 3 with Lane where I will be massaging a burn survivor for the first time, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna do a bunch of research before we'll talk about it before, but we're so happy to put that out pretty soon too. So
Yes,
I'm excited to work on you, man.
I can't wait. I love a good massage.
Massages. Momo. What would you say was the absolute hardest part of your recovery, not just physically, but on the emotional side as well?
I mean, the emotional side, like dating was horrible. Like that was really rough. I mean, the pain part, that would kind of come and go. I didn't really start having like a lot of chronic pain until like 7 years ago. So like all the way up until then, it was pretty okay with pain wise. But yeah, I guess just the emotional stuff is just like getting through the surgeries, knowing that you're going to be down for 3 months and you can't walk and you can't drive and you can't go out and do anything. You can't really cook a whole lot and sometimes can't even wipe your own ass. So it's like, it takes a toll definitely to like kind of mentally prep myself up before a surgery of like, all right, you got to really like depend on all these people and like let them help you, because who wants to let people help all the time? You know, it's not fun. Especially when you have to have your own mom wipe your ass. That's not fun.
What a bonding experience between two generations.
Indeed. It was a bonding experience. Oh.
How's wiping your ass now?
Well, it's pretty good. I got a bidet, so, you know.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
does that make all the difference for you?
It is. Actually, my sister and my cousin and like all of those, all of our friends, all of my friend group from back in Michigan, they all chipped in and actually bought me a bidet before my last surgery, because they knew that I was having surgery on my hand and my wrist, so I couldn't really bend. Couldn't wipe. It was like a whole thing. So we got the bidet, and it's fantastic. Wow. Definitely made my mom's job a lot easier. 10 out of 10.
I just need a little vacuum.
Yeah.
You have the one with the vacuum, the suction, it sucks all the water.
What the hell?
Oh, or maybe it's the fan that blows.
Yeah, it's a fan. What kind of bidet you been using? That's crazy.
I don't even have that one. I have like the standard, like, you know, not shit one, basically.
Yeah, mine's got like the heated dryer.
Stop
heated
flexing
seat.
right now.
That's
okay.
nice, yeah.
I'm gonna stop flexing.
I'd be shitting in luxury, dude.
I need to get on that.
That's good.
That's what I'm gonna ask for Christmas this year. A heated bidet.
You can come use mine whenever you want.
Oh yeah, I'm coming over.
Tear it up.
Don't tell me that.
Literally.
Don't tell me that. Gonna be smelling some smells. What was the worst part about losing extremities for you? And has there been anything like weirdly good or like surprisingly convenient about it?
Well, so I'm only missing the pinky, but these being not able to straighten them kind of makes it as I'm losing it sometimes. Yeah, so I have fun with it. I have fun little jokes with that too. Looking back, I feel like I'm a horrible person now, maybe, but kids would I would fuck with the kids and like tell children that I ate it, or you know, fake like it's in my nose and shit like that. You know, sometimes I liked that it was fun, but you know, you can have fun with it. But I don't really notice, I guess I could say, a whole lot of like missing a pinky per se, but having this hand be different with like the nerve with the tendon damage and stuff, different than this hand. Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame. There's jobs that this hand can only do, other ones for this. It doesn't. There's times I got to use this and a leg. So I've just learned to adopt, obviously, from being, or adapt from like 6 years, or from 6 years old to now. I've obviously learned, but just a lot of trial and error. I mean, I drop a lot of things now. That's not my favorite. And opening stuff is pretty hard. That is definitely not my grip strength is like not the best. So that's one thing that kind of sucks, but I do have fun fucking with people with it. So that's a good time.
Do you have a dominant hand?
I am right-handed, yes. And then while I was in the hospital, they tried to teach me to be left-handed because this one obviously wasn't affected as bad. That did not work. It was very hard.
Really?
I still cannot write left-handed at all, but I did. I've taught myself to be ambidextrous now, like throwing a football or you know stuff like that, and like bartending and stuff. Kind of taught myself to do particular things with whatever hand.
Can you get the spin on the football real nice?
Yeah, girl. I got that spiral, dog.
We'll have to play sometime.
Yeah. I used to throw right-handed, but as I'm getting older, my wrist is kind of like bending more, kind of coming more in. And it's just harder to keep it straight. Like I was telling you when cooking, I can't I just don't have strength when it's straight. The strength is when it's bent, but throwing a ball bent doesn't really work. So I'm like losing almost the strength a little bit of it being straightened. So now I almost like really can't throw a ball right-handed. It's kind of fully switched to just left-handed. It's kind of wild, but
Wow. I know we went over it just slightly, but I'd like to touch on it again. How did it actually feel in the moment to be burned? Like physically and mentally, if you remember. I know you were 6 years old.
yeah, I really just don't remember any pain. It was so fast that I remember just panicking and running. I remember looking back and seeing fire and just literally just thought, just run, just get away from that. And then even like walking to the barn and like when my dad was cooling the burns and stuff, I never really felt anything. Just felt calm because everyone else around me was calm. No one else was panicking because they didn't really think it was as bad as to the extent of what it was. I mean, obviously, like bad, my skin's like hanging off of me, but you still really couldn't tell the extent of like how bad it was until later. So I think that probably helped a lot. Like my parents being really calm made me not freak out. I was just kind of standing there thinking, all right, I'll be home in like a week and then we'll be good. Life will be back on again. Just, yeah.
Wow.
Didn't really feel a whole lot. And then getting to ride in the helicopter, I was excited. So I was like, all the fear and everything is out the window. I was like, I'm hype. I'm in a helicopter. This is dope.
Do you think it was due to just shock that you couldn't feel anything?
Yeah, I'm sure shock. And then because I have 3rd-degree full thickness burns everywhere, it took off the hair follicles, the sweat glands, the nerve glands, or nerve sensations, like everything. So it just took all those layers so fast that it just got gone. But obviously the pain came later. There was lots and lots of that later on.
How long were you on fire for?
I don't know, honestly. That was a great question. We had like a island in our parents' house and I ran around it and my brother chased me and I believe I only ran around once and then pushed me like straight out the door. So
He pushed you into the snow, right? Did the fire stop after he pushed you into the snow?
it went out, but then it like started up again in my hair. So like a little bit of my hair was burned, just like a little, sparked up and he pulled out his long johns and smacked it out.
Wow. So it was pretty fast when this all happened. It burnt like really fast. The cotton shirt, did it just like go up in flames like immediately?
Yeah.
So flammable?
Yeah, it just went up quick. Yeah, I mean, interesting enough, my parents later on tried, it was one of my dad's work shirts, so they grabbed another one of it to try just to see like how did it light up so fast, just being like cotton shirt. And it didn't really like light up super quick. So they're wondering if maybe there was like leftover chemicals on my dad's t-shirt. He's a concrete construction. So I don't know if there's some type of concrete chemical that potentially could have been on there that just sparked it up to go off even more. We're not quite sure. There's no really way to know. Like literally the only thing left is like just the hem of the shirt and then like a little bit of the shoulder maybe. My parents still have it in a Ziploc bag.
I was gonna say, do you frame that? Like,
No, they still have it though.
wow.
Yeah.
Piece of history. That's for sure.
Piece of crispy history.
Crispy history. Oh, yes. How does it feel to wear certain types of clothing now, like tight clothes, jeans, cotton? Is there any that feel better than others?
I hate anything tight. I don't wear underwear. Can't stand it. It's the worst feeling in the world. Horrible. Anything tight. I mean, because I'm burned everywhere. Like it's so annoying and scratchy and itchy. I definitely go for like loose clothing, more sweats and like hiking material is the most comfortable on my skin rather than jeans. I don't even own a pair of jeans. I refuse. I won't do it. It is like
Denim.
it's horrible. Like I'm not kidding. I've had it to the point where it's like they are so tight or like rub and that it'll like make me bleed. It'll give me like sores. I can't do it. It's bad.
Chafing to the max.
I guess, yeah. It's weird. And it's just like weird sensitive spots of my skin. Other areas are more sensitive than others and it just can't hang. So loose clothing. Sweats, baby, all day.
Mm-hmm. The North Face.
The North Face.
Reppin'.
It's cozy.
Can you work out, lift weights, and exercise like normies?
Yes and no. I tend to do a lot more like body weight exercises just because of holding weights is a little bit harder just because I can't really like grip around. So sometimes like holding dumbbells and stuff like that isn't quite the move. Like I like to do like push-ups a lot. So like doing push-ups works okay in my wrist for so long. And then it like the next few days I'll definitely be a little irritated. But yeah, I tend to just do like a lot more cardio and then just like some body weight stuff, core work. But I love working out. I still work out all the time. I love it. It's great. I just do things a little bit differently and maybe find my own way of doing exercises that aren't like the typical way of doing it, just to make it adjust for my own body.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I hear my fatty Ginger, the cat. Let me be real. The cat is snoring and loving life right now next to Lane.
I've never
his
heard a cat
newfound
snore
friend.
so loud.
Yeah, well, he's pre-diabetic. So type 1 and 2. Okay.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
I remember you telling me that, especially at work and stuff, people sometimes act like you can't hear them. Like you're burned, you're not deaf.
Yeah, I think people just like think all people that are crippled are apparently deaf as well.
Obviously.
And by crippled, I mean, my hand's a little tore up, so that just makes me deaf. Like constantly. Hi, sweetie. Are you okay? Like, yeah.
People say that?
I'm good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It happened a lot at the casino for whatever reason when I worked there. A lot of times people would come up and they're like touching me. I'm like, first of all, don't touch me. That's weird. And then they'd like, scream at you and ask. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
You were telling me you had some school bullies when you were younger.
Yeah, so I really only had like one bully. She was a transfer student, and we were both on the same basketball team, so she was just really shitty. She wanted to be the point guard, but clearly these nubs were running that ball court. She didn't like that, but I didn't really fuck with her too much. I was older, she was younger. I didn't want to get in trouble and like, go to juvie or whatever for whatever reason for whooping her ass. So I was like, I'm not dealing with it. So, I just give her the dirty look in the hallway. But one day in gym class, one of the younger girls, she's like 2 years younger than me, came up to me and she's like, hey, I want you to follow me to my locker. I was like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever, dude. I barely ever talk to you, but yeah, sure, I'll follow you. We're going towards her locker, and she goes up to this girl that talks shit to me and wants to be a bully to me, taps her on the shoulder, and she turns around and just starts wailing on her face. She falls on the ground. She's on top of her, just whooping her ass. The girl on the ground's friend comes over and tries to help, and she pulls her down too, starts kicking both their asses, just swinging one arm on each. And she gets up and she comes up to me and she goes, that was for you. She's a bitch. Like, nobody needs to treat you that way. And then just walks away. I was like, oh my God, what the hell? It's like, I barely even know this girl that just kicked her ass. It's crazy. And then later I talked to her. I was like, dude, like why'd you do that? It's kind of, that's cool. Thanks. That's awesome. Wicked. Love that for me. Badass. But like, why? She goes, you used to let me sit with you on the bus and no one else would let me sit with you. Or let me like sit with them. So you let me sit with you. So she's like, you were always really nice to me and kind. So you don't deserve to get treated like that. So I kicked her ass. It's like, all right.
Shout out to this girl, dude.
Yeah, she a real one. Courtney, I think her last name was Hill. And honestly, I was just looking for her on Instagram. Or
Courtney Hill, if you're out there.
I think that's her last name. I'm pretty sure her first name was Courtney, but...
Come on, you brave soul.
Concussions, man. I kind of forget things, so I'm hoping that's her name. But I'm going to do some research. I'm going to find this girl and I'm going to send her this video because... I still think about that shit. It was crazy.
Share this so Courtney will hear.
Where you at, Courtney?
Where you at?
She out there kicking ass somewhere.
Yeah.
She a boss ass bitch, dude.
No, that is like the realest
She
shit,
bad.
dude.
She bad.
How old were you?
I was a junior, senior in high school.
Dude, that
Somewhere in
girl's a real one, and we need to fucking find Courtney
Yeah,
Hill.
where my girl at?
Bro, we gotta put out a missing person. Courtney Hill.
Oh my god, not a
looking for you. So, do children react differently to your scars than adults do?
Yes and no. They both stare like it's their job most of the time. But sometimes kids will come up. I've had them just straight ask me like, "Why is your hand crumpled like that?" I've never really had an adult say that, but I have had an adult say, "What'd you do to yourself? Why are you fucked up?" I'm like, okay. So it's a little bit different, but both very much ridiculous and insane. But sometimes there are people who are like very respectful. I won't say really children. They don't really understand that. You know, they always just come up and like, "Why do you look like you're 80?" or "Why are you so wrinkly?" Like,
That's what they say to you?
yeah, that's usually like the first thing is, "Why are you so wrinkly?" or "Why does your hand look like that?" So, which is fine, whatever.
What do you say back?
So, depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm having a good day. I'll be nice to them and tell them the truth and, you know, and educate them and tell them what burns are and stuff. It kind of all depends on the approach and or the parents' approach as well with the kids. If they're assholes, I don't tell them the real story. I make up something completely off the wall just because why would I ever give them the satisfaction of telling them my story? That's so personal for me. When you're going to be a prick, I'm not going to tell you the real story. So I leave them with like a nice little teaser of just like, "Oh, I'm a spontaneous combustion survivor." And then I just walk away. Just to really let them like think like, "Holy shit, like, wait, what? I have so many questions. I gotta know." But they'll never know.
The dramatic exit.
It's mic drop and I'm out. But kids, I usually try to tell kids like what happened and, you know, tell them like, you know, stay away from fire or be careful or do, you know, stop, drop and roll. And I'm a little easier on the children, but I will say there's sometimes where kids do piss me off and I'll be like, "Yeah, I am. I ate my own finger and I love little kids' fingers." They scream and run away. You know, sometimes you gotta have fun with it. And that's just if they're like really, really annoying me and like staring and just like being rude and making comments and stuff. Then you're gonna make me feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna make you feel uncomfortable.
Teach them a lesson.
Exactly. Why should I be nice?
Going off of that, what's something people say to you that sounds supportive but actually pisses you off?
That's great. The biggest thing, this happens almost every single time I tell my burn story to someone who's asked me what's happened. They relate their own story of being burned by an oven or a curling iron or a hot plate. For whatever reason, people just want to relate, which I guess I get, but do not ever relate that pain to my pain. That's not the same. And if you think that's the same, don't talk to me. It's not the same. Like, don't waste my life. That's not worth it. Like, that's crazy that people ever think that that's relatable. And yet every single person I tell it the story to, that's like their first thing is, "Oh, I got burned by a curling iron in my ear. I know what you went through. That must have been horrible." It's like, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Just hearing different people's like comebacks. Either that or like when people are just like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you poor honey, you poor thing. I can't believe that happened. Why'd you have to go through that?"
Pitying you?
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't pity me. I just want to be a normal person. I'm trying to live my life too. I don't need pity. Like, it's just not comfortable. Like, what do you say back to that? Like, yep, I was just fighting for my life. Like, I had to do it. You gotta survive. So I don't know. I don't like that either. It's not my thing. You know, if I tell you the story, just say, "Hey, thanks for sharing. That's crazy that you survived. I'm glad you survived." That's something that you could say that's pretty cool and supportive to someone who's gone through something, but don't compare your pain to my pain unless you're like another burn survivor that has actually gone through a real burn of something, you know?
Yeah, like just imagine your curling iron times a million.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
times
And then
an
probably
infinite
more.
number, and times more. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I can't even imagine, dude.
But like, I mean, I guess I get it. If you want to talk about your burn, that's like cool maybe, but like maybe a different place and a time.
Yeah, maybe it's about this intrinsic thing that people just want to relate to you off of something and they don't even know what the fuck to say. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond. Like, I don't know. I don't know. People are also dumb as fuck too. So,
That is also very true.
but this is why we're doing this. This is why you're telling your story. We're educating these people who
Yeah.
don't know anything about burns. And to be honest, like before I met you, I never knew anyone burned, not to this degree.
Yeah.
This one child I was friends with, we were probably like in second grade and stuff. And I remember she had to leave school for a couple weeks because she was burned with like boiling water and stuff, but it was like just on her leg,
Yeah.
I think. But something like this to this degree, I've just never come in contact with that in Michigan. There's not many people like you out there who I've met
Yeah.
in my experience.
Yeah, I'm a wild unicorn, but I'm also here to educate. Like I said, if you can be kind and cordial and ask me politely like an adult, hey, may I ask what happened to you? Or does this hurt? Or how did this feel? Like, I will gladly answer anyone's questions anytime, anywhere. But if you come up to me and you say, what did you do to yourself? Then you're going to get a fake story from me that's going to mind fuck you and you're going to lose sleep over it to try to figure out what actually happened to me because I'm not telling you shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's the respect level you come with
yeah.
when you talk to people.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you smoke sometimes and you drink sometimes, as do we all. Have you ever been scared you were getting addicted to substances to kind of deal with the escape or deal with the pain you've undergone as a burn survivor?
Not a whole lot. Even since back when I was talking about when having to do like the ketamine and stuff, I hated it. I hated the way any pain meds made me feel. Was not a fan of it at all. There was a few times where I had to take like some Vicodin because the pain was so bad I couldn't take it anymore. And even that made me horribly sick. Like worse sick pain than the actual surgery pain made me feel. So I've never dabbled with like the pills or anything like that. I've never even wanted to experiment just because of it always made me feel like shit. So I hated it. No, that's nothing I want to even attempt to try. I do smoke weed. That is probably my best escape for the pain. I smoke regularly to help with my chronic pain. There's times where I have to wake up in the middle of the night and smoke and foam roll because my back hurts so bad that I physically cannot sleep. There's times I can barely get out of bed where everything hurts and I have to walk like straight with my hips. Every day is different. There's like a whole new pain every day in my back. So it's
Migrations.
yeah. So predominantly I just smoke. I drink a little bit here and there, but that's just kind of more for like a social aspect, not necessarily for pain reasons or to like help with any of that. Just purely social and for fun.
Gotcha. Do other burn survivors you've met, are they more prone to being addicted to substances? Have you seen that?
Yeah, burn survivors are pretty known for getting addicted to pain pills just because chronic pain, nerve pain, like there's a whole bundle of pain happening all the time. And even just with like the harsh surgeries and stuff that we have to go through, it's insane. So I can 100% see how people get addicted to it. And that's something that I don't want to risk at all, as well as why I don't even want to know what it feels like to not feel my pain. Even if I had to take pills, like I don't want to even deal with that. I'd rather feel the pain and not be addicted to pain meds because that's a scary world.
Yeah, you're gonna have to feel it if you come off of it at any point, and it hurts way worse, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would imagine after that, after like numbing your pain for so long and then just feeling the onslaught of like all that, stuff you were trying to like remove yourself from. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of burn survivors do get addicted, which is it's scary. It's not great for us out there.
Do substances hit you the same way they hit other people? Do they affect you as much? Different types?
It definitely takes more. I think because of having drugs in the hospital, being like put in an induced coma and for the surgeries and the anesthesia and all that stuff. I think definitely has made me have a higher tolerance. Because that seems to be a trend for me around a lot of my friends. I have a higher tolerance for drugs and for pain, just a little bit of both. But yeah, even like anesthesia, we need more. Us redheads need more to knock us out. So yeah, just built different, you know?
You're a redhead and a burn survivor. That's double fire, dude.
Yeah, so I actually had black hair before I got burned. And when I got burned, it turned permanently this bright red forever.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're a fire angel.
It's wild.
Damn.
Are you fucking with her?
Yeah, that's a joke. Get him.
Got he. He believes you for a second. I know that you're hiding them right now, but you've got tattoos over some of your grafted skin. What does getting tattooed feel like now?
So getting the tattoos, I have a full sleeve. I didn't really know how that was gonna go. This was my first tattoo really on the burns. Essentially, I just kind of full sent it, but it took me about 3 years to find a guy that was willing to actually tattoo on me. Once I found him, we went through like multiple meetings of, you know, what we're gonna do, blah, blah, blah. And he started really small and just did, you know, a couple of lines and was like, we're gonna let it sit for 3 weeks and then, you know, we'll come back and try again. And, you know, just to like make sure it could heal, make sure it looked good, make sure everything was how he wanted it to be. So he did awesome. I mean, he did super small parts and only charged me like a little bit for it. And then once it gets up here where it's bumpier, where I have this mesh graft, it looks, it's got like a mesh pattern in it. You can kind of see like the bumps. He said that was horrible. He said like, every time he would have to like tattoo, stop, go up the ridge, stop, go over the ridge, stop, go back in the ridge, stop, go up again. He said he was like, I'll never tattoo you again. Like, I think he was joking. I think he probably would, but he was like, that was fucking horrible. And it took forever. It took me a couple of years to get this done. But I also only got my tattoo sessions during the winter because I didn't want to be out in the sun in the summer and stuff, like cooking with that. So
How long did your whole sleeve take? How many hours?
I don't quite know how many hours. It's probably 8 sessions that were each like 6 hours long, I guess. But some of them are a little different. Some were just like going over details and whatnot. But it was kind of great. It didn't really like feel a lot of pain. It kind of just felt like somebody drawing on you with a pen in some spots. And then kind of like in the elbow area, that was horrible. I had to have a trash can. It just felt like every time he touched me, I was going to throw up. So that was bad. But other than that, it wasn't bad. And I also have tattoos where I'm not burned. And those definitely hurt worse than the places where I'm burned. Because I just don't have a lot of that nerve sensation. So it's kind of cool.
Right. Does it kind of, the tattoo itself, like that kind of motion in your skin, does it open up the feeling in the area?
Yeah. It's supposed to open up those nerves and stuff like a little bit more to bring more sensation, which I feel like I have a little bit more sensation now to the touch on this arm after getting tattoos, which is pretty cool. It makes me want to get more so I can feel more, but money, so there's that.
There's always that. So you've got a pretty dark sense of humor, which I love. I totally relate to. Have you ever dropped a burn joke at the completely wrong time and just shocked the whole room?
Yeah, I've definitely done it at like new jobs before where I don't quite know a lot of people. Actually, that's funny you say. I did it literally last night. One of my coworkers, there's like 3 people at the bar, and then my coworkers, it's like quiet enough, you know, we can hear everybody. And he goes, man, it smells like something's burning. Like, what is going on? And I was like, bro, I'm just in the room. I'm right next to you. God. And it was crickets. It was dead ass silent. And I was like, but like, do you get it? Because I'm next to you and I'm burned. Do you get it? And he was just like, yeah. I was like, walked away.
So
like,
uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfy for everyone. He didn't, I don't know. And then he like kind of laughed and I was like, I don't know if he gets it. I don't know. It was kind of weird for everyone. I was like, all right, too soon. But there have been other times where I have dropped a burn joke and people have got mad at me for making a burn joke. They tell me They tell me I'm not allowed to make jokes. I can't say that. I can't joke like that. That's wrong. Horrible.
Like they can tell you it's funny.
Yeah, I have made some naughties, but then I'll straight tell them. I'm like, I'm the one who's burned. I can say whatever I want. You can't tell me what I can and can't say about my body. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
What do they say?
They just get like awkward and want to walk. They just like leave, but it's just weird. They're just like, why would you joke about that? Or they say like, yeah, why do you think that's funny? Why would you joke about that? I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like sit in my room and cry in the dark and hate my life for being burned. I'm gonna go have fun and I'm gonna make some burn jokes because why not laugh at your expense, right?
Why the fuck not?
I gotta have fun too.
Especially if people are like that. Like,
yeah.
Like, how can they say anything about that? Can you tell the story about your mom's, or was it your birthday in the hospital where they adjusted your meds so you could sit on your mother's lap?
Yeah, so it was my mom's birthday.
Oh, your mom's birthday.
Yeah. They, like I said, I was in induced coma, so they would, sometimes try to lighten up the meds a little bit so I could kind of see what's going on, whatever. So on her birthday, they lightened them up a little bit so I could sit on her lap. And she fed me a red popsicle, and it was the best popsicle I've ever had in my whole entire life. It's the first thing I had eaten since I had been in the accident, since there had been like so many tubes and stuff down my throat. And it was great, but she was talking the whole time, and she's swinging her hand around. I couldn't hold it myself. She wouldn't feed it to me, and I'm getting pissed because the whole time I'm just like,
what a tea.
I want the popsicle. It was bad, but still to this day, I love popsicles. They're like my favorite.
Cherry or strawberry?
I don't discriminate. I like them all, but...
What was that one, though?
Oh, it was a fat old cherry popsicle.
Fat old cherry? Okay. Mm-hmm. She got that cherry. That's awesome, though. I want to meet your mom.
Yeah, Mama
she
Duck.
Seems like a great lady. Mama Duck. What is one thing you would tell little Lane about life before the accident and life after if you could sit with her for a moment? We're getting deep.
Ooh. I mean, before the accident, buckle up. Buckle up, sis. It's gonna get wild. I guess that, and I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. I guess just don't let people get to you. It gets better. And then after, I don't really know, because that's kind of hard to tell. So I don't know on that one.
May I ask, when did it start getting better? What age? Do you remember?
I mean, it went in waves. There's, it goes in waves here and there, different things happen in life. It gets easier, it gets harder.
Do you need a Kleenex?
Maybe.
Okay. We'll grab you a Kleenex. Yeah. You were just saying that you would tell little Lane to buckle up because the ride gonna get bumpy and she gonna get hard.
Yeah.
But she gonna make it through. And what age were you like, okay, this is really getting better. My perception of me is getting better. The way I react to things is getting better. The way I, look at myself is better. When was that for you?
Probably like 2 years before I moved to Colorado, I definitely started like finding my identity and like really realizing who I was more. But then moving to Colorado, like definitely through the roof, made me feel 100% more comfortable of who I am as a person and like, how I feel and how I dress and kind of just everything. I just feel so much more comfortable here, not getting stared at, not getting treated like crap. Like Michigan was definitely a harder place to heal. I think it would have been a whole lot better being somewhere a little bit more accepting of everybody while healing. So it was definitely it was a thing. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't horrible. I feel like probably some other kids had it worse if they were to go through that. Like in bigger schools, I luckily went to a really small school, and when I got burned, I was homeschooled. So then after the accident, I went to school, but my parents did like a introduction program at the school to tell the kids everything, basically what happened to me, why I look the way I look, what's going to happen throughout my life, and why I'm going to have to do it kind of thing. Basically just filled them in on everything, and that really helped because everybody was so nice to me after that. Like, I started my first day, and everyone was so, so nice. I think they were just really curious, too. But all of my school career, everybody was, for the most part, very kind. I had like best friends that would stand up for me, but for the most part, nobody really gave me a lot of shit. But I mean, my graduating class, I think was like 60 something. So like, you know, you go to classes now where there's thousands of kids. I can't imagine that the bullying there has to probably be way worse. So.
How old were you?
What?
How old were you when it started to get better?
Oh, when it started to get better? Probably like 27.
27? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're 33?
34 now, yeah.
34 now.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it wasn't horrible. I think a lot of other people probably had it a whole lot worse, but when I like started to just really feel a whole lot more comfortable in my skin, I think was around that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. If you had the option to live a life where the accident never happened and you were never burned, would you take it? And then why?
That's a tough one. Like, yes and no. Ironically enough. Obviously, I don't want to go through all that pain. That was horrible if I didn't have to go through that. But I do feel like the burns has made me who I am, has made my personality. I can't imagine what I'd be like not burned, you know? Like,
You're amazing.
I'd probably be pretty fucking boring.
Yes.
I feel like my burns is giving me some pretty good stories to tell, but
Yes.
I mean, obviously nobody wants to go through that. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
But again, I've had a lot of really good things come from this. I've got to meet a lot of really great people. I now get to be a camp counselor. I get to help little kids. So I think it worked out for a reason. You know, there's a purpose.
The flesh is burned, but the soul isn't.
There you go. True that. Damn, you're getting
We're all gonna
deep.
cry.
What the fuck? Make it stop. Shit.
No, like, dude, you're meant to do amazing, huge things, and I'm gonna cry. Trying to hold it back right now, but you have just amazing life ahead of you, dude.
For sure. I believe it.
So, shake it off, baby. Buckle up. All right, hit the sake.
That's what I was actually about to do.
God damn it,
cool?
take a hit of the sake.
Man.
Go for it.
And then we're gonna finish up here. We're gonna chill. Cheers.
Can't do this shit around our periods.
I know. I'm like literally. How many days are you?
I'm right at the end right now, so I shouldn't be this emotional. It's usually at the beginning, but
Right at the end.
it's happening. I don't know why.
Fuck. I'm in luteal. I'm 4 days out from the big red.
From the big
The
red.
big red, baby. So you've got the Crispy Ginger online. You're at Crispy Ginger. If at the Crispy Ginger with a K.
With a
Crispies with a crack.
Merch
With a
coming
crack.
soon.
Merch coming soon,
Merch
baby.
coming soon.
The crispiest merch.
Follow her on Instagram and YouTube. That's what she has right now. We're going to get her a TikTok. We're going to get her set up with everything. And she wants to talk about this GoFundMe. So I am Zella Rose. Arcani Rain is my co-producer here. And him, and Lane all put together a podcast called Life in Many Colors, which is the one you're watching right now. And we all have a GoFundMe that we are trying to have people support to help burn survivor voices, to help them tell their story. So Lane, if you want to explain like a little about that and kind of what we're doing and how you will be interviewing some of these amazing humans.
Yeah. We're just trying to raise some money so that we can travel to meet up with more burn survivors. Some of my very close friends as well, which would be great. But we want to hear their stories. We want to hear some of the things that I've been talking about. Like, what is it? Daily interactions with people, or what are some weird things that people have said to them? So if you want to hear more pretty amazing stories, get on there and donate so we can travel and get all kinds of stories and hopefully move into different states and move on to other places and get everybody's story, which would be great.
Yeah, the money will be going directly to our travel, to our meals, to be funding this national burn survivor campaign that we're trying to do. We're trying to go to California, hit a few spots first. Lane knows a bunch of people over there. And we're trying to help just fund the outreach and help them, connect them with the AARBF, Alicia Ann Roosh Burn Foundation. We're trying to connect them with other resources and support and, you know, get them what they need as well. So all this money is going to an amazing cause. Lane Duckworth, the Crispy Ginger, is an amazing human being. We're so happy we can interview her. I am so excited for a part 3 coming where I finally get to massage my first burn survivor.
Woo!
So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a licensed massage therapist and have not gotten to experience that yet. I'm so excited to get to experience it with you all as well. So
Me too. I'm hyped.
Thank you, Lane.
It's gonna be sweet.
You're fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. What's your ideal commercial to give?
Dirty mouth.
Dentine, that's the one?
Clean it with Orbit. Like a gum commercial.
That's of all things in the world, that's what you would want to sell is gum? That's it, friend? That's what gets you?
That's what gets me going.
Wow. I never knew you were so passionate about gum.
Dirty mouth like Lane?
Okay, batch.
Freaking breathing on that thing.
You said diabetes.